Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm just going to show you how paperwork processing generally works. Your goal is to be as efficient as possible with your time, so that's why in the contract I tell you to just keep everything in order in the same way you collected it when you do your turn-in. It also helps with the processing so it can pay you out faster. But to do the paperwork processing, you have to make a photocopy of every voter card for each petition they signed. If they signed one petition, you make one copy. If they signed 2 petitions, you make 2. If they signed 8 petitions, you make 8, and so on. You can get your own printer. I got the HP OfficeJet Pro 8610 from OfficeMax. They told me after reviewing all the different printers, this is the most economical. Basically boils down to about 4 cents a print. But I can't make those photocopies for you. You have to do that yourself. You can get that printer, or in the office in Oakland, which is the main hub, we have a photocopier here for 10 cents, which is still cheaper than Kinko's and UPS, and you can wrap up your paperwork at the night doing your photocopies here, which makes it more convenient because we pretty much are the only petition company with a photocopy machine in the office, an actual industrial printer, so you can get them done real quick. But in order to do it, you first have to have everything prepared. So before you show up to the office, or before you do your paperwork at home with your own printer, you have to know how many copies of each petition to make. So while you're out there getting the voter cards, you can keep track of how many they signed and write a little number at the bottom of the card, and that will help out. Also, you can use little tally marks, like little checks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 across, for example, and keep track of it that way. If you do it while you work, you'll save more time when you have to make your copies. If you don't, you'll just do them when you are busy with your paperwork, which you're going to have to do anyway, and sometimes it gets so busy out there you just cannot track everything on the spot. But you should at least have your numbers in the side of the page. If you forget those, you miss it, you don't make a copy, it will turn up bad and it will count against you. So always make sure you have your numbers next to your paperwork. But that's a job for while you're in the field. When you're doing your paperwork, you get your copies, and then you simply put them behind the petitions in descending order. So if it's only got 1 copy, obviously you can just put it behind there. But for example, here we have 2. We have a Douglas on top and we have a Will underneath. So I'm going to take my copies, Doug on top, Will underneath, and put it on here, just like we have, Doug on top, Will underneath. And then you just flip it over into a done pack. All the pages that are done go there. And on this page I have 4 voter cards out of 9. You know, I actually do the job correctly, and I register only people that actually need to register. You don't want to over-register people, but you also don't want to miss cards. So I got the next set of prints. I'm going to go through the next round so you can see how I started it. So take your notes, pay attention. This isn't too hard. Here I have a Doug, a person by the name of Yamisha, and Will. And I have those in order now. And on this one I have Dana, Willie, John, Georgette, and Teresa. They're basically just in opposite order. And Dana on top. Okay. So that's that. Now that pack is done. Now that I have all my voter card copies, I just put a little rubber band around it. What do I do with my bands? Basic supplies are things like rubber bands, paper clips. These are all things that you're going to use all the time. So now that I have my petitions all in order with their voter card copies, I just bind it. And I haven't filled out all the decks yet. Sometimes I do it while I'm at work, but sometimes you don't have the time. So I just finished that, and this pack is going over like that. So now, let's see, actually this one was done too, wasn't it? Okay, so now I'm on the next pack. I'll show you how I do this. All right. Oh, these are the voter cards that go with this. I have all the voter cards with the actual sheets together. So the original voter cards there. All right. Okay, so this is an easy pack. It looks like I have just 5 voter cards. None on this one, so I'll just flip that over. Well, actually, I'm going to double check. I found a few of these Antiochs. They were hiding in the paperwork. Yesterday was the final turn-in. These nice little $5 signatures, but they did say I did find out I can get a few last of them in today. So I'm just going to fix that real quick. It's already a 5-minute video. Anyway, you know, you get the basics of it. All right, so I'm just gonna declarize this. Signed in Oakland. Signed. Okay, these are done. Signed back. All right, so now on to business. Now, I'm just going through all of them in this pack, and I'm organizing them in a way where they're just spread out, so I can see where all the voter cards go. All right. So I have these ones, these ones, these ones. So I have 5 petitions here. This is before the new environmental came out. And the hemp and marijuana, we're not making photocopies. That's on spec, so I just put that under the table in another pile. But here's all the voter cards, and let's see what we have. We have a person by the name of Richard, Donna, Kira, Janelle, and David. Kira, oh, it's Jeanette. Jeanette. David is underneath. Richard, and Donna. Let's see, where's Donna? There we go. So it looks like just these 5 here on the top sheet. So I'm just going to put a little tab next to each one, just to know that they each at least need 1 copy. And then I go through the next page, I put a tab next to each one where there's a copy necessary, and so on. If I have, let's see, several at 3 and a few at 5, I just make sets of 3 on all of them. And then I go and I make 2 more on the next ones. But this is a neat thing. This is a stamp, and all the pros carry a stamp you can get from Office Max in like 15 minutes, and it has your name and address. And that way on the voter card, all you have to do is stamp the card. Let's see, all of these are actually already stamped, so, but you go stamp, 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 stamp. It's so much faster than writing the name of it and address. When you have a lot of cards, you're going to want to save as much time as possible. So that's how you do that. Then you just sign and date it, and that's it. Now, go to the next one. I have someone by the name of Samson that signed the Poverty Reduction Act, but who did not sign the donor disclosure. So let's see if I can find Samson. That voter card is missing. Why is that? It's number 442. Well, it's not in here. It means it's probably mixed into one of the other decks, but this is the kind of stuff that can happen. But this is a live video, what it's really like, right? So I'll probably find it here. It's not in these ones. It's definitely not in here. You know, sometimes the boards get mixed up, but this is what it's like. So now I just got to look through here to see if I can find the Samson. They might have just signed on other pages. But this is what it's like, you know. A little bit of work, a little bit of organizing. It's definitely in here. And I always put the voter cards in the back so they're easy to find. Let's see, Alfred Brittany. Where are you, Samson? Are you in the back? Joyce, Megan, Samson. Here's a Samson. Okay. So you got Samson right here. They probably signed some in this pack too. So I'm going to keep you to the side after, but this is how we do it. So Samson with 1. Then I have Michael and Dana again. I know I had Donna. Do I have Michael? Here's a Michael. Michael. Donna, I'm going to put another checkbox by her name. So now she's got 2. And then I have a few others. I have Kiara, Jeanette. Jeanette's going to have 2. Oh, here's Richard with another one. Kiara with a second one, and David. So now I'm on to my 3rd petition. You see, you starting to get it? So I just put the tab marks next to it, organize it, and then make all the prints, and then you just file them away. So that's how it goes. Get yourself a stamp, and you know, when you're doing this check, to make sure you don't have any P.O. boxes, illegibles, if they just put their last initial, for example, not their whole name, check for all the purges that you could expunge from your decks. And then that's pretty much all you need to do. Know how to do your paperwork, follow the directions in the Google Drive, and let's get to business. There's a lot of money to be made, and I'm looking for real talent. If you want to make $50K by June or more, come on out to California, make this happen with us. Oakland, this is where the office is. We have a slew of petitions and many more.